He had mastered every facet of his world, his professional trajectory, his inner thoughts, his entire routine. As a distinguished Korean scholar, precision and restraint were his hallmarks. Then came the disruption. She stood apart from all he'd known, a 23-year-old woman hailing from Ghana, razor-sharp in intellect, unyieldingly autonomous, elusive in her sophistication and insight. Each auditorium she graced seemed to gravitate toward her aura. Every gaze, utterance, and gesture heightened his sense of vulnerability, revealing how fragile his grip truly was. He strove for detachment, rationalized his feelings, yet respect twisted into fixation. Sleepless hours dragged on, her essence infiltrating his consciousness, her grace, her enigma, her resistance to being claimed or deciphered. Even his cautious overtures met with unbreachable walls. Her dismissal was courteous, resolute, and crushing. Limbs became his fragile shield, but destiny intervened. A sudden, scholarly partnership thrust them into proximity, devoid of hierarchies and formalities. Converging as peers, intellects entwined. "Hello," friend spars for a moment. "Settle in, and perhaps pour a warm drink or snag some snacks. You're stepping into a narrative that'll grip you right from the opening line. If tales like this captivate you, don't forget to tap subscribe to catch every journey, every passion, every suspenseful yarn. Now, lean back, unwind, and immerse yourself in the tale." The auditorium buzzed with sparse attendance when Professor Lee Min-ho first registered her presence, though he'd later persuade himself it was mere coincidence. His focus anchored on course outlines, on semester logistics, on anything except a newcomer. She occupied the fourth row, right flank, her stance so erect it evoked timeless sculpture rather than mere humanity. Her journal lay ready, stylus at the ready, yet she inscribed nothing. She absorbed with a fervor that rendered others mere shadows feigning involvement. He delved into core tenets of growth economics when her arm ascended not hesitantly, as novices often did in initial sessions, gauging an instructor's disposition. Hers rose firm and composed. "Proceed," he indicated. "You referenced the Salo framework as pivotal. But isn't that predicated on a straightforward evolution debunked by real-world evidence from emerging economies?" Her tone was balanced, laced with an accent he struggled to pinpoint. Perhaps English inflections overlaid deeper roots. Wouldn't framing it as historically notable yet conceptually constrained be more precise? Silence enveloped the space. Shears creaked subtly. Min-ho sensed a spark ignite within, swiftly brushed aside as scholarly delight. A prepared participant, one who probed deeply, no further implication. Indeed, he concurred, adjusting. Clarity was due. Solo's construct persists in curricula for its policy legacy, not as contemporary doctrine. Gratitude for the insight. She inclined her head once. No grin, no self-congratulation, merely affirmation. Post-session, amid the exodus of chatter and mirth, he organized his belongings, endeavoring to overlook her solitary departure, satchel draped across her frame, stride deliberate yet Two young men had hovered by her station, initiating dialogue. Her replies were gracious, succinct, then she proceeded onward. That evening Min-ho prepared supper in his flat close to the institution. Seared salmon, steamed grains, fermented, vegetables dispatched from his kin. In Dagoan pondered lecture refinements for the forthcoming class. He refrained from dwelling on the figure in the fourth row. Or should he have? It pertained solely to pedagogical interaction, the sort any educator would cherish. He assured himself thus, even as insomnia gripped him beyond midnight, fixated on the vaulted beams above, replaying the precise rhythm of her query. By the fourth week, Min-ho had gleaned her identity from enrollment logs. Esi Nkrumah Pardi. Concise profile in the institutional database. 23 bachelors from Accra's premier university, now chasing a master's in global studies. Proficient in English, Akan, and Spanish. Scholarly achievements that bordered on formidable. He rationalized it as routine talent scouting. He rationalized thus, even as his gaze trailed her arrivals to sessions, even as he catalogued her preferred perch, even as he subtly tailored illustrations to elicit her keen scrutiny, anticipating her intervention. She contributed steadily, without excess. Her quiffs sliced keenly, compelling him to refine premises, bolster stances, deepen reflections on his discourse. Piers began pausing post her inputs, as though her observations gauged the dialogue's profundity. Minho involuntarily noted additional facets. Her attire, invariably refined yet subdued, fitted slacks, modest tops, a timepiece both lavish and functional, her tresses evolved bi-weekly, now woven and secured, now cropped naturally, once cascading in slender twists. She eschewed the casual campus garb of hoodies and joggers. She operated in a distinct rhythm from classmates, as if already embodying her destined vocation, merely enduring this scholastic phase. She never attended consultations, no queries via digital missives. Assignments arrived punctually online, exemplary in-depth intricate theses, impeccable references, phrasing lucid and sporadically poetic. He scoured for flaws, dissecting her submissions with heightened rigor, hunting for inconsistencies, unsubstantiated assertions, any rationale. For the escalating cerebral real estate she commandeered, none surfaced. Her output often surpassed his preparatory annotations in subtlety. In the 6th week, amid a colloquium on fiscal reform schemes, a fellow Enroli, a local youth named Choi Sung-ho, who evidently nursed his own fascination with Essie, contested her viewpoint on World Bank stipulations. His inflection carried condescension, a veiled belittlement that tensed Minho's features. Essie remained impassive. She reiterated her thesis with amplified proof, volume steady, equanimity unassailable. As Sung-ho attempted disruption, she extended a decisively, a distinct cue and concluded her rationale. Sung-ho conceded rigidly, eyes averted to his scrawls. Minho suppressed applause. Instead, he advanced the exchange, soliciting input from another on Essie's paradigm. Post-lecture Minho observed Sung-ho accost her in the corridor. She stowed her device leisurely. Sung-ho murmured inaudibly. Essie offered a courteous, remote grin and a terse reply before departing. Sung-ho lingered, visibly rebuffed, then veered. Oppositely, dusk Minho conceded what he'd evaded for weeks. Desire extended beyond cognition, though that fueled it. The epiphany landed with nauseating dissent, akin to detecting a foundational flaw in a presumed stable edifice. At postdoctorate from Berkeley, repatriated to a premier Seoul post, he'd cultivated a claim for exactitude and ethics. Romances were selective, prudent, with contemporaries from adjacent fields or disparate sectors. Never had he harbored impropriety toward a pupil until this juncture. Seated at his workstation, terminus radiance, casting shadows in the dim quarters, he endeavored logic. Desire was innate. Experiencing it didn't brand him predatory or deficient. Pursuant would resolution, uphold barriers, decorum, await terms closure. She'd advance to novel courses. He'd pivot to fresh cohorts, and this transient preoccupation would evaporate. It's straightforward, yet ensuing weeks defied simplicity. Hypervigilance to her aura ensued. Amid 30 attendees, he detected her ingress instinctively. Sans doorway glance, he discerned her rapt focus, her drifting musings via postural nuances, grip alterations on her implement. He dreaded soliciting her for her enunciation of his honorific. Professor Lee eroded his serenity perilously. He also registered Piers' regard for her. Beyond Sung-ho, at least for males, routinely sought rapport, proposed collectives, solicited contacts under thin veils. She rebuffed uniformly with gracious detachment, neither harsh nor remorseful, merely definitive. A female counterpart, a Korean-Canadian named Sophia, had forged camaraderie. Minho spotted them, sipping brews, procession, exchanges fluid and affectionate. Thus Essie wasn't wholly sealed. She merely enforced criteria for entry, criteria he'd never fulfill, as her mentor in the advance, constituting authority misuse. This ought to console, quell the storm. Instead, nocturnal vigils spawned disgraced reveries, post-term approaches, equitable engagements, honoring imbalances, conveying sincere curiosity, hypotheticals, no, verdict, negative. Sentiment germinated amid his evaluative sway. Her prospects endorsement stained embedded. Delay couldn't purge. Thus he intensified, curtailed her queries abruptly, evaded ocular contact where feasible, prioritized alternate hands, hers aloft, notwithstanding. Essie perceived, evident in her subtly armored visage, from involved to vigilant. Contributions persisted, sparser, queries honed sharper, as if rationing verbiage, spurning his temporal waste. Remorse eclipsed allure. Sophia intercepted him post-lecture brow, furrowed Professor Lee. All well. You appear strained lately. Fine. He clipped harsher than aimed. Merely dense bureaucratic duties this term. She seemed dubious, yet assented. All right. Should you require aid? She faltered, evidently mulling further, then abstained. Poster exit. Minho lingered in the vacant chamber, palms braced on the lectern, timber chilled and firm beneath. 3. Profound inhalations, striving equilibrium per his counselor's gradira guidance amid peak stress. Ineffective, for that angst stemmed from thesis, vocational peril, controllable via diligence. This diverged, craving the unattainable, unethical, inescapable. The fracture emerged amid midterms. Essie's submission shone predictably. She'd fused curriculum with extrinsic inquiry, forged theses, robust theoretically and evidentially, evincing doctoral caliber acuity, not masters. In his chamber, perusing her compositions, a fissure widened, not from excellence, but anticipation, of immersion in her intellect, via exam folio's veil. Perfetti he shelved it, retrieved his device, scrolled to Dr. Kong Ji-Soo division head, and drafted a missive mentally rehearsed days prior. Dr. Kong I proposed delegating final assessments from my growth economics workshop to a peer. Concerns over impartiality arise from intensive guidance. To select pupils, external eyes seem advantageous, viable. He dispatched pre-reconsideration. Dr. Kang replied swiftly, consenting, assigning Dr. Yoon Soo-min, a valued associate, with duty. Setup finalized. Min-ho sensed alleviation mingled with void. He'd instruct Remender, witness Essie bi-weekly, yet erected a partition twixt sentiment and her trajectory, a measure. Subsequent session tackled small-scale lending in East Africa. Min-ho scripted weeks hence. Now each case bore latent import. Expounding Kenya's agrarian schemes felt targeted, flaunting acumen of her origins, soliciting her on microfinance pitfalls. Her retort precise, yet vocal nuance, formality absent initially. She'd sensed retreat. Naturally. Astute. Posed dismissal. Amid dispersal Min-ho aired gravely. Evaded months. Ms. Nkrumah. A moment. She halted threshold adjacent, permitted passage, then retraced to the dais, countenance impartial, attentively, polite. Min-ho's rehearsed verbiage dissolved. Confronting her in the vacating arena, intent eluded. Issue with my output. She queried amid prolonging hush. None, he hastened. Exemplary. I intended to halt. Intent? Apologize? Aloofness? Clarify sans revelation. Merely savor her address, sans economics. Affirm your standout performance. Elevated discourse for all. Essie's facade unaltered. Eyes glinted, astonishment or weariness. Appreciated, Professor Lee. She lingered, awaiting elaboration. Min-ho improvised. Should doctoral pursuits beckon, I'd furnish a robust endorsement. Generous, she intoned. Neutral. Undecided on doctorate. Perhaps labor interim. Sensible Minho affirmed. Traipsing banal. Either avenue suits your aptitude. Lol. Essie shifted her carryall. Further, cordial, bounded. Myriad further. Cordial, bounded. Myriad further. Nil, he uttered. That's it. Gratitude for diligence. E.C. assented, singularly, echoing inaugural nod, pivoted egress. Minho observed a recession. Footfalls resonating void, sensing defeat in an unanticipated trial. That twilight, Minho reclined, device fixated, resisting Essie's dossier revisit, SEA reruns. Cerebral instead, messaged his confidant, Kim Hoyenwoo, literature instructor at another Seoul hub. Think I'm unraveling, drafted, erased, overblown. Cliff's viable this week. Hyunwoo's retort prompt, dire. Tomorrow, standard spot, secluded. Tavern in Itaewon, campus distance sans encounters. Minho proceeded, ordering undesired scotch, claiming habitual nook. Hyunwoo materialized quarter while later, rumpled elegance, enhancing gravitas. Chaos curated. Thus Hyunwoo commenced, commandeering scotch pre-his own. Dilemma. Promotion. Kin demands. Don't claim eternal setups anew. Can't cease pondering a pupil, Minho stated bluntly. Hyunwoo's brows ascended. Glass descended meticulously. Unexpected. Have you acted? No, Minho rushed. Barely conversed externally. Never would. Relieved, Hyunwoo eased. Inappropriate infatuation. Managed aptly. Suboptimal. Not calamity. Require. Minho chuckled bitterly. Viewpoint. Sanity. Affirmation. She's omnipresent mentally. Focus evades. Delegated her finals grading. Distrust. Objectivity. To date detained her post-class solely to insert and crave her focus. Hyun was scrutinized akin to enigmatic verse. Duration. Inaugural session, Minho confessed. Or week one. Shift from esteem to this in clear. No reciprocal signals. Barely registers me beyond academia. Polite, formal, impenetrably. Yet you're not equivalent, Hyunwoo noted. Instructor status corrupts any overture via authority. Aware Minho snapped, unintended. Evidently, hence inaction. Here imbibing with you over folly. Hyunwoo paused. Trits beyond allure and acuity. Minho sought. Composed, autonomous, unprecedented in youth, unperformative, validation independent, unapologetically authentic. Attraction to her self-sufficiency Hyunwoo discerned. Her independence from you. Blow landed. Minho rotated tumbler languidly. Fluid capturing dim illumination. Perhaps, conceded. Or cliched educator, ensnared by elusive Henry Lee. Pitiful, human. Hyunwoo amended. Pitiful if pursued despite wisdom. Strategy. Endure term. Minho stated. Distance. No solitude. Pen deserved. Endorsement. Permit progression. Fade eventual will it. Minho mute. Imbibed wordlessly. Taverns swelled Thursday throng. Foreigners, scholars, seekers beyond Korean ruggedity. Worth noting, Hyunwoo eventually. You're correct. Agonizing, yet correct. Perhaps post ample lapse, post her departure, if persistent, contact as counterparts. She'd reject, Minho asserted. Uncertain. I am. 7 years senior. Her mentor. Emotion not her selection. Ethnicity. Hyunwoo probed delicately. Minho. Negated. Tedious. Inflexible. Life quantified via Salobian treatises. She's exceptional merits parity. Absurd. Hyunwoo gentle. No debate in this disposition. Vow no idiocy. Vowed. Minho sincere. Sincere through November's residue. As term waned, he sustained vigilant separation, courteous formality, absolute aversion to non-essential isolation with SI. Ceased pre-grading her submissions. Ceased campus tracking. also ceased restful slumber, consistent sustenance. Wait, shedding his kin noted fretfully weekly calls. Ill, she queried Korean, visual feed crackling, ghastly mid. Self-care? Fine, falsified, term and burdens, over-labor, perennial lament, spouse requisite, matrimony, cousin Ji-ho betrothed, informed, lovely lass from Daegu lineage, Min-ho permitted monologue, interjecting aptly, thoughts adrift. December ushered premature flakes and frantic finale prep. Min-ho's ultimate session, December 10th, crafted culmination on merging growth doctrine with pragmatic execution, imparting utility. SE punctual as ever, standard locale, clad in ivory knit and navy denim, locks in compact curls. Weary, he discerned, composure intact, exam fatigue likely. Discourse flourished, inquiries astute, involvement authentic, closure uncerebral. Expansion, prosperity bids. Applause ensued sporadically. Min-ho inclined modestly, consolidated aids. Arena vacated hurriedly. Min-ho dawdled, allotting clearance, evaded terminal exchange. Further trial of eroding resolve, yet elevating gaze. Essie remained, station by station, pack secured, regard inscrutable, pulse surged. Mise Kruma requirement. She descended to dais gate, calibrated proximate, iris hue, discernible rich, umber-flecked gold. Central as she halted, gratitude for term, she voiced, cliffed, challenging optimally. You enhanced it, Min-ho. Ruin confessional undertone, EC's mean altered. Professor Lee, query permissible. Instincts urged denial, diversion, safeguard, affirmative, offended you. Blood ebbed, why presume? Altered postmids, she observed, tone level, undercurrent pained or perplexed. Remote assumed output, subpar or discourse overstep. Yet Dr. Yoon affirms excellence, perceived, naturally, distancing misconstrued as censure. No fault yours, Min-ho, rapode, output superior. I've navigated personal trials impacting demeanor, unrelated Essie appraised protractedly. Accepted, though dubious, relieved, pivoted departure. Min-ho, or permit, utter naught. Permit closure, initiate oblivion. Instead, coffee interest. Words. Suspended, irretrievable. Essie rotated leisurely, visage astonished, then fortified. Coffeepiers Min-ho, hasty, frantic, doctoral mention. Guidance on venues, submissions, anticipations, if inclined. Transparent pretext, mutual awareness. Professor Lee Essie, deliberate. Offer valued, yet inappropriate. Rejection anticipated, courteous, firm, ortant wound. Prepped, braced, yet sting acute, piercing, naturally, managed. Comprehension, presumptuous, not presumption. Essie softened, barrier firm. Boundaries prudent, correct Min-ha? Regret blurring. Essie assented. Pause. Gratitude for term. Professor Lee. Acquired much. This egress Min-ho. Averted gaze. Dayspixed. Notes scrutinized. Failures burden complete. That eve Min-ho. Dim quarters. Indulged final wretched reverie. Alternate cosmos. Encounter sans asymmetry. Sans ethics. Honest advance. Verdict on merit sans contrived impasse. Sealed fantasy. Libation poured. Commenced the arduous progression. Save 3 days hence. Division. Head summoned. Min-ho. Dr. Kong intoned. Mean opaque. Desk word. Peculiar proposition. Institution joins multi-site inquiry across Asia and Africa. Sustainable alliances. Year-long funded. Fieldwork intensive. Intercultural scholarship. Min-ho nodded. Trajectory. Unclear. Demands departmental lead versed in growth economics. African familiarity. Dissertation. Symposia on African agronomics. Prime fit. Privileged. Min-ho. Cautious. Entailment. Dr. Kang proffered dossier. 3 months. Ghana commencing January. Collaborate Accra faculty. Terrain inquiry with regional entities. Stellar prospect. Bolsters permanence dossier. Ghana reverberated. Initiative mandates grad aid. Dr. Kong proceeded. Analytic prowess. Cultural fluency. Ideally Ghana versed. Consulted Dr. Yoon on terms cadre. One recurrent ideal. Minha Pre. Essie and Nkrumah. Dr. Kang. Yoon deems program apex. Background idea. Confer with you. Term. Seminar pupil. Collaboration hindrance. Minho. Rigid. Cosmos taunting or tormenting. No hindrance. Echoed self. Superb selection. Splendid. Dr. Kang beamed. Contact her imminently. Acceptance yields month prep depart. Monumental. Minho felicity. Exitee. Dazed. 3 months Ghana with Essie. Not mentor-pupil. Collaborators. Asymmetry lingered. Senior Helmiet morphed. Nuanced autre cues. Nominate alternate. Ething bar acceptance. Thrusting proximity with oblivion target. Declined. Not. Eve. Contacted Hyunwoo. Recall idiocy vow. Minhoi upon answer. Oh dear. Hyunwoo did. Assented. 3 months Ghana alongside her. Line Mew thunderous. Work Minho swift. Inquiry. Grad aid. Professional. Utterly. No catastrophe. Minho Hyunwoo. Measured. Valiant or altering. Both likely. Minho. Aware. Head contacts this week. Projection. If avers do me. His stomach churned. Damage irreparable then. Or. Hyunwoo accepts. 3 months amount. Or discern pursuit value. As matures. Peers. Not peers. Truly. Minho. Technically no. Yet campus distant. Sans lecture frame. Transformations occur. Individuals evolve. Vow caution. Vow bew. Minho second. Aware promise fragile. For days. Device chimed mail alert. Sender Essie and Nkrumah. Header. Ghana inquiry. Stared minute pre-access. Professor Lee commenced. Dr. Kang briefed opportunity. Advised direct discourse. Contrite. Eager details. Gone extent. Aims. Aid duties. Available this week. Convene. Regards Essie. Professional. Polite. Opaque. Minho composed meticulously. Ms. Nkrumah. Glad discuss. Thursday more inviolable. Campus cafe or chamber. Preference. Dispatch pre-doubt. Reply hourly. Thursday 10 a.m. suits. Cafe fine. Gratitude. Professor Lee Minho. Reread thrice. Hunting. Sentiment hints. Prior coffee's impact on consideration. Void Essie proffered. Not bar flawless. Impenetrable formality. Thursday crept tortuously. Prepped. Kinaural defense. Exhaustive. Fixated irrelevancies. Printed docs. Annotated. Rehearsed. Uselessly upon cafe ingress. 9:55 a.m. SI. Seated windowward. Terminal agape. Seeming dark brew before. Regarded approach. Mean neutral, yet alert. Ms. Nkrumah placed binder. Gratitude convene. Naturally. She. Bevered. Ordered. Fine. Falsified. Adrenaline barred stimulant. Seated opposite. Sought entry. Essie preempted. Pre-specifics. Address frankly. If involvement discomforts post last week, state now. Decline. Suggest alternate. Minho's oration vanished. Last week. Coffee bid. Essie serene. Declined. Awkward if. Comprehend. Avert professional tangles via Ms. Ridzout proffered. Graceful feign professional invite. Advance sans depth acknowledgement. Ought seize. No awkward. Uttered instead. Sincere. Involvement. Beneficial. Not uneasy. Prime candidate. Privileged collaborate. Say's visage flickered. Ease or astonishment. Accepted. Then gone to discourse. 2 hours ensued. Minho outlined span. Scrutinizing intercontinental farm commerce between Korean efforts and Ghana COPs. assessing fiscal yields, societal influences on execution. ESI posed acute queries on approach, rural linguistic hurdles, prioritizing Ghana scholars' prior works over imposed schemas. Dialogue Minho adored, rigorous, cerebrally, cooperative, truly, compelling premise, re-evaluation, oversights, rap, cafe thinned afternoon, accept role Essie, terminal shut, aligns interests, Ghana contribution meaningful, port, poised fracturing, first, means much, labor homeward, ties Minho, then fretted intrusion, Essie affirmed, grandmother Accra resides, 3 years absent, position, affords reunion, grinned authentically, visage, transfigured, exceeds grade norm, Minho's core wrenched at grin, reserves veiled tenderness, please project provides, and community interface, lead cultural steer, Korean Lens Limited, perhaps counterproductive, authentic partnership, not extraction, ESI, regarded anew, self, unusually for stature, read ample decolonial critiques, Minho, prefer irritously then triumph wrongly, workable, ESI, beat, Professor Lee, personal query, pulse leaped, perceive, true coffee motive last week, directness barred evasion, Minho, regarded, intelligence, fatigue in gaze, was, crave time sans lecture confines, merely individuals, why, fascinate me Minho, term spent, resisting, failing, Essie, immobile, inappropriate, Oya professor, no longer Minho, term concluded, ungraded finals, project dynamic persists, altered, colleague now, not pupil, unequal still, Essie, agreed, Minho, hence request not, merely candid, merit Essie, silent extended, exterior, pupils hustled disclosed, Professor Lee, she avenger, attend keenly, Minho assented, Korea grad pursued sought non-Western education, Asian global econ views, perhaps got aligned, discovered most Korean faculty, relay Western doctrines, Korean, paused forward, you differ, interrogate, schemas, instill critical whose wisdom prevails, voices prioritized, significant, research chance, utility Ghana communities, let ethic aware, precious, safeguard worthy, comprehend, Minho, doubtful, ESI value potential cerebral bond over L's complications, averse professor fallen woman, credibility compromised, words definitive, portal sealed, respect Minho, subdued, assured research professional, sentiment, non-interfering work, or prospects, EC scanned visage, accepted, boundaries clear, correspondence were comely, no personal unrelated, no veiled advice, coffees, assented Minho, morning confines, 30 minutes logistics, transit, visas, gear, Essie collected, rose, February, Professor Lee, Minho, he impulsive, collaboration, 3 months, given name, Essie hesitated, consider, she, not affirmative, nor negative, observed egress, form winter fading, pondered assent, subsequent 7 weeks prepped, avowed, Minho liaised Accra peers, protocols finalized, Accra lodging arranged, Essie communiques chiefly digital, stringent professional. She reciprocated equivalently, forwarding pertinent texts, proposing contacts, bolstering design. He persuaded self-acclimating bounds, anticipation scholarly pure, deception vital. Mid-January, 3 weeks predipa, maternal call weekly probe, visit when, demanding months elapsed. Father yearns, unfeasible now, Iama, Ghana, January research, Ghana, Africa, pitch elevated, duration, 3 months, 3 months, distant, secure, utterly Iama, university inquiry, solo, Minho, paused, grad aid accompanies, he Koreaned, G, Minho, amended. Ghanaian. Project Ghanaian. Project Ghanaian. Logical, insight, logical. Maternal hush, recalculative. Ghanaian. Female. Careful. Student. Grad. Yes. Accomplished Siyama. Works solely. Naturally. Tone incredulous. Careful. Call arrival. Post disconnect. Minho device handled. Pondered maternal veiled alarm. Concerns perennial. Lineage. Anticipated specific union. Subtle cues. Nice Korean damsels. Solid clans. Irrelevant. Not transpired with Essie. Not would. 3 months inquiry. Bounds upheld. Revert distinct existences. Essie graduate. Prestigious global role. Likely. Distant successes heard. Realistic. Sole outcome accept. Ghana voyage protracted. Seoul to Dubai to Accra. Near 20 hours transit inclusive. Minha Essie Airport dawn Thursday. She materialized Denimit. Locks neat plaits. Lone hefty rucksack. Light packer. Minha. Noted own duo valises attire. Awaits Accra Essie. Grandmother shopped evidently. Protested Neelis. She grinned. Minho glimpsed true fondness. Listens naught. Checked. Secured. Gate seated. Airport teamed. Proclamations Korean English Arabic. Anxious. Minho. Flight. No inquiry somewhat. Essie adjusted strap. Desire excellence. Matters. Excel. Minho. Certain. Prep thorough. Hours easy. Amended. Design bulk yours. Context yours. Vital. Minho. Sans. Design futile. Essie regarded perhaps. Approbation. Team solid. Words professional. Resonated. Profounder. Voyages. Draining. Economy adjacent. Labored feasible. Dozed unavoidable. Mid-Africa expanse. Minho stirred. Cramped nap. Essie window gazing obscurity. Sleepless. Murmured. Turned. Cabin dim softened features. Unguarded unprecedented term. Homeward musings. She. Prolonged. Miss Profounder presumed. Essie conceded. Sol. Educational boon. Not home. Perpetual alien. Explicating self. Minho assented. Unimaginable. Live Korea bar US grad. Mostly kinfolk. Exhaustive. Essie. Visible constant. Continent emblem. Sans context. Daily choice. Rectify. Or forfeit. Fatigued. A TOP pupil. Apologies Minho. Unconsidered soul ordeal. Most unmalicious. Essie sans acrimony. Ignorance. Erodes. Silent a while. Passengers slumbered or screened. Query Minho. Proceed. True project ascent. Research. Grandmother extricated. Yet bounds. Proximity 3 months. EC protracted silent. Thought non-responsive. Work paramount. Eventual. Trust sentiment. Non-interference. Pause. Perhaps discern you. Classroom external. Not mentor. Mere individual. Breath halted. Essie not assured. She rapid. Merely curious. Curiosity. Distinct interest. Workable. Minho. Steady. Essie smiled. Faint. Window returned. Rest. Professor Lee. Hours till touch. Minho. Reminded Minho. She. Inaugural given. Accent reshaped syllables. Familiar navel eye shut. Slumber impossible. Her adjacency. Electric arm risk. Acradorn landing. Air disembark. Humid warm. Seoul winter antithesis. Minho trailed SI immigration customs. Her helm as realms swapped. Terminal exterior throng barricaded. Reunions. Placard cabbies. Transport hawkers. Essie scanned. Illuminated. Nana. Waved. Eldivai brought wax print navigated swift. Embraced Essie fiercely. Akan rapid. Essie reciprocated. Tone emotive Minho. Unhurt. Aside. Alien. Acute. Outsider now. Moment post. Essie turned. Arm grandmother at Nana. Professor Limyo. University associate. Minho. Grandmother. ABN. Kruma. Mrs. Nkrumah. Minho inclined Korean. corrected handshake, honor Essie's kin, appraised keen, grip firm. Professor Essie mentioned, did Minho. Essie glanced, she chagrined, mild, fair instructor, smart, crucial, hand retained. Welcome Gano. Professor Lee, granddaughter Stuart's well, undoubted Minho. Luggage gathered, trailed Mrs. Nkrumah, to autopiloted by youth. She presented Essie's cousin Kofi. Accra Drive tumultuous, aggressive lanes, vendors, intercar structures, Bildike, Minho, absorbed, wrapped. ESI front, Kofi, Converse, Minho's name surfaced, wandered content. Quarters University compound, duo modest flat skated security. ES's grandmother insisted, citylade provisions, lectured, safety health Sakan English blend. Departure vowed, dinner soon Minho, Essie courtyard between, abrupt solitude novel context. Remarkable Minho, your grandmother, approved you Essie, evident how, hand prolonged, paused smiled. Also handsome a can, thought unheard. Kofi translated Minho flushed, head swelling, avoid, Essie smiling. Thinks all handsome, ex-boyfriend too, wasn't. Boyfriend, Minho, rude, instant. Pardon, private, undergrad. Essie casual, failed. Desired diminished. I desired engaging, incompatible, stretched, unpacked, nap, lag strikes. Evic schedule review. Sound Minho. Rest well. Observed apartment ingress. Entered own. Space basic clean. Chamber, compact cookery, bath, lounge desk. Unpacked automatic. Mind distant. 3 months. Locale novel. Structures hierarchies remote irrelevant. 3 months Essie side. Her domain. Guidance recipient. Not provider. Thrill or terror. Both. Labia initiated promptly. Morrow, Accra University meet. Economists, agro-experts project allies. Minho, presented structure, deferred SI local queries. Engagement tactics, nodded her metamorphosis meetings. Soul measured, cautious, outsider, perpetual. Here assured grounded, expertise home. Challenged premises, rectified errors. Posed execute. Ghana faculty respected qualitatively distinct him. Attended her utterances. Expanded her concept sans authority query. Post-meet, campus traverse, humid PM, Minho, altered here. How? Essie, vendor leading favored. Authentic, perhaps, soul unfeasible self. EC pondered, career perception managed, self-translating here exempt, shone individual, not continent proxy. Vendor procured, fufu, roasted banana, tree-shaded dined, pupils clustered past, Akan greetings Essie, rebanding swift, Minho. Easier anticipated, Essie, feared forum post 3 years, muscle recall. Bits, glad Minho, sincere, sensed Guelpher realm his widening. Fortnight prep, NGO meets, research communes, visit Ghana admina navigate permissions. Essie steered bulk Minho, honed surveys, protocols. Rhythm emerged, morns, meets visits, PMs plan analyze, apartments separate doors, ajar, courtyard calls, queries, eves frequent shared meals, notes compare, tomorrow prep. Surface professional pact, yet Minho gleaned Essie irrelevant research, learned roach-phobic, spider indifferent, hummed labor. Evening 7, grandmother vid call, Aiken half hour, tone vibrant Englishier, laughed freer, friends impromptu, belonged soul never, she gleaned him. Methodology, obsessive, he'd struggled, complaintless Aiken phrases eager, accent atrocious. Repeat, she directed Eve post-bungled salute, a quibber, not a quibber. A quibber, Minho, meticulous, improved EC, less secret-like, laughed, she smiled near fondness, moments, trivial, accrued, parallel intimacy professional. Minho hazardous ease, presence comfort, dialogue pleasure, research anticipation, mutual, daily bounds, reminder, physical space, topics work, neutral, pushed naught. Yet noted Professor Lee to Minho shift, noted personal shares, ECRA youth tallies, UK parents complex, graduation fears. 1 Eve, 3rd week, apartments, Minho, papers terminals, scattered, SE, device rang, screen glanced, mean shuttered, pardon, courtyard stepped, door open Minho, overheard English side, frustration taught. Mother, reiterated London postgrad, no, waste. Desire Ghana West Africa, impact, unfair. You departed Ghana, I return. Choices, value minutes strained, quieter. Return, exhausted. Apologies, discresumed, kin, intricacies. Minho, cautious. Essie temples rubbed. Mother deems Africa, labor, education, squander. Parents you, Kerry located, 15. Sent Ghana, Nana, secondary, overworked. Parenting, now London join, global bank employ. British Ghana man wed good clan, emulate their path, not desire. Impact here Essie, not London paper, push feign difference. You, rejection sacrifices. Minho slow nod, maternal parallels. Specifics differ, pressure identical. Wants Korean bride, offspring, elder care traditional. Evaded Minho, confessed, Korean prioritized. Time later, self-told, insistent escalating. 31, delayed her view. Desardos, SI, marriage, progeny, conventional. Minho, honest, perhaps eventual, not her schedule, not expectation fit. Over-connection, connection scarce, SE subdued. Indeed Minha, labor, silent post, silence, intimate, laden, unsaid. Research thrived. Initial polls, 3, co-ops, complete. Farmer leader groups, Korean ties documented. Data dense, insightful. Cultural misreads, logistics, surprises. Minho excited, unprecedented dissertation since. Partly meaningful, partly SI. Insights, assumptions challenged, patterns unveiled. Team solid. Partners commented. Ghana faculty, NGOs, farmers. Collaboration ease, complementarity difficulty eased. Emotional detachment, impossible mounding. Undeniable instant rural visit to ours. Accra, NGO coordinator, Edwoa drove. Protocol aid. Visit productive interviews, cooperation, data. Return, Adrua, restaurant dropped. Our errand return. Minho, Essie patio table, valley overlook. Kids, field sport air, grilled earth. Stunning, Minho Ghana, Essie smiled. Everyday splendor, not tourist gloss. Food, banku, grilled fish, dined. Comfortable, quiet, Valley Watts query, ESI, eventual, perceive, growth economics, why, field choice, Minho Forkset, accidental near, undergrad, economics, finance bound, expected, global poverty elective, instructor fervent, material compelling, policy life shapes pondered, not markets numbers, children schooled, families fed, communities, future build, mattered financed, never idealistic rigor beneath, ESI, perhaps, Minho, or work matter belief, matters SI, research right, communities ED, all to Korean partnership approaches, not minor, right years, Minho, mistakes dozen sounds guide, would discern, SI, adaptable observed weeks, listen, adjust feedback, form many rigid frameworks as unheard, strive not that, Minho, succeeding, is he warmth voiced step, table across gazed, moment heavy unsaid, Minha gravity pull, yearn spancross touch, Adrua arrives, Esipakikun moored, moment shattered, gathered, carward, Minha hands unsteady, ignored, that night bed, fan overhead, lazy, Minha admitted, evaded, not fading. 3 months secure, failed. Knowing deeper complexity, brilliance, warmth intensified. Realer, loving her. Perhaps in class 1. Falling named refused. Knowledge, action. Continue colleagues' friendship, growing, bounds till project. 10 soul return. Paths part. Safe, ethical, or disclose. Risk or research. Built ease. Respect possibility. Reciprocity. Ceiling stead. Choice unclear. Answer week later. Unanticipated. University gala. Speeches networking. Minho. Tedious. SI deemed vital. Coop heads. Agro officials. Suit donned. Sociable strove. Evening smooth till Ghana men 40s approached. Attired assured. Essie and Nkrumah. Beamed. Recognized Essie mean. Neutral. Careful. Mr. Boateng. Greeting. Prolonged by Ghana. Heard. Grandmother. Church mentioned. Research here. Essie. Kurt. Boating. Minho shifted. And. Professor Lee Minho. Handshake. Essie researched associate Seoul National. Arkorean instructor. Boating grip firm excess. Grandmother mention. Impressive alliance. Tone implied more. Valuable project. Minho neutral. Certain Boateng. ESI ward. Dinner while here. Proper update. OSU spots splendid. Busy research. Essie. Invitation. Thanks. Time surely. Boateng pressed. Work-play balance. Career studies here. Postgrad plans. Mr. Boateng. Essie head sharp. Interest. Valued. Focus work now. Excuse me, your arm took. Touch startling electric. Steered room opposite. Distance safe. Minho quiet. Who? Parents ideal spouse. ESI. Arm released. Business success. Clan solid. Ghana proper. British. Pushed. Sin 20. Uninterested. Heavens no. Essie vehement. Arrogant. Dull. Wants education. Excess mine. Unattractive. Excess education. Minho. Incredulous. Meaning. Intimidates him. Essie. Men boating desire. Accomplished Armkandi. Not a Tnitin rival. Too opinionated. Ambitious. Unwilling. Shrink. Old fight. Wary. Lost theirs. Minho Essie sharp. What? Lost theirs? Man intimidated. Intelligence ambition reveals limitation. Not excess. Precisely enough. Essie mean shifted. Believe truth. Minho. Commenced. Halted uncertain. Interrupted coped official moan lost. Change palpable. Essie proximity evening. Laughter easier. Glances covert thought unseen. Gala exit. Warm night apartments ward. EC quiet. Thanks earlier, said Courtyardridge. Enough statement. Needed meant. Minho. Courtyard stood. Doors between. Unsaid wait both. Essie Minho. Careful. Soul bounds professional. Non-complicated research. Persist. Query why. Wish respect or paused word tried changed you know. Essie still. Asking because. Quite changed. Landing Accra perhaps prior denied. Heart pounded. Kane's what? All? She, you hear see. Work, watch, listen. Axel Sands extraction. Clisrom thought exceeded better. ESI, permit conclusion. Told self-avoid woman. Professor fallen. Compromise all. Classroom gone. Here equals mattering. And I think you ceaseless. Morning. Anticipate. Tonight smile thought erased terrifying unknowing feelings. Minho 2 steps closed. Touched short. Halted. Proximate. Amberfleck see. Skin heat feel. Loved you since September. Said. Perhaps query 1. Stop. Tried. Professional. Bounds respect. But Essie. All thought. Wake reason. Project descent. New destroy. 3 months near unable. She kissed. Abrupt, decisive. Hands face frame. Mouth warm. Sure is Minho. Shock half froze. Returned 3 months longing. Arms waist. Closer. Fit seamless. Equation resolved. Issy sound. Small mouth. Against. Body resonated. imagined 100. Reality surpassed. Lips soft, hand strong, kiss. Mutual thought duration. Broke breathing hard, Essie forehead is rested. Discussion, she, should, Minho, though least desired. Research, no. Soul return post, no. Pretend done. Colleague or ex-pupil, want you willing risk complications. Together, figure Essie back, look proper. Certain, line crossed irreversible. Sure or not, Minho's smile full genuine. Beauty, akin-deucing. Okashi, together figure. Hours talk night. Minho lounge. Windows night hair open. Risks, research integrity. Soul navigate. Private tilt, project 10 degree. Professionalism work. Honest concerns. Talk done. Essie hand took. Apartment now. Should stay desire. Minho backtracked. Instant not that. Just stay. Talk more, or view, or Minho. Essie smiling interrupt. Stay. Talk only. Talk only. Agreed. Couch asleep pre-dawn. Essie's side curled. Minho on shoulders. Chaste perfect. Intimate. Unprecedented. Morn light. Wake. Warmth feel. Breath steady. Thought. Happiness. This. Moment. Precise. Person. Exact. Naive not think simple. Henceforth. Research complete. Soul navigate. Position complications. Future work. But Essie sleeping against Minho believed. Perhaps way through together. Ghana residue dual life. Day Dr. Liesi. Collier's inquiry. Interviews data. Professional careful partner subjects. EV compound privacy. Merely Minho Essie. Hours talk. Learned and eyed long. Minho discovered Essie public humor. Dry observational thing. Loved Afrobeat. Dreadful reality shows. Cook chose not. Independence postcard vintage collection. Chowed since ESI. Discovered Minho Karina motive. English over. Sister younger Constamore piano. Played young. Parents duty distance complex. Woman never home introduced. Her thought anxious overcome work. Careful. Public no hands. Apartment separate. Night's most couch curled talk work exist. Shared sites. Travel. Car back. Distance appropriate. Methodology. Findings focused. Bounds blur moments. Data debate. Heated NGO. Coordinator skeptical. EC brilliant point. Minho smiled. Pride obvious. Coordinator no in between. Look. Transcripts. Review night late. Minho absent braid tuck ear. Froze remember. University library obvious becoming. Essie murmured. Touch not pull. Apology. Minho. Hand withdraw. Don't. She. Pretend harder. Research. Crystallize valuable. Miscommunication patterns. Korean workers. Ghana farmers documented. Time hierarchy. Decision assumptions. Initiatives fail unexpected. Successes mediators bridge. Mutual benefit. Findings strong Accra University faculty seminar invite. Minho Essie. Prep together. Presentation divide arguments. Collaborate. Seminar attended well. Enthusiastic reception questions. Probing. Post. Senior Ghana Professor Dr. S.A. Site. Pulled superb work. Truly. Synergy remarkable. Extend collaboration. Consider beyond Minho. Essie glanced. Disgust. Essie careful. Timing complex. Graduate June. Professor Lee Soul teach. Regret. Dr. S.A. Best together. Hope continue find way. Comment lingered days. Best together. New. Logistics partnership. Any professional personnel impossible seeming departure near. Final week. Ghana Essie. Grandmother. Dinner envy. Both first family. Explicit Essie. Minho. Nervous dissertation. Fence exceed. Likes already. Essie reminded. Osu houseward. Walk. Self be. Self-insufficient. If Minho. Half jest. Essie stopped face. Minho. Exceed good. Thoughtful, kind, brilliant. Grandmother sees all meets see. Not all still mentor. 7 senior. Corinne Shigana. Matter less stinky say. grandmother cares, treat well, happy Mick. L. Secondary, Mrs. Nkrumah, house compact pristine, photos, wax aromas cook, welcomed warm, Essie hug, Minho hand genuine delight, come, she, food excess, habitual, leftovers, take, dinner, walkie, grilled snapper, Contamire, Kellowell, portions lavish, satisfaction watched eat, converse, easy, Minho, family, career, life, Ghana impressions, queried, honest answered, relaxed warmth, Essie tells good researcher, Mrs. Nkrumah, eventual, listens, not just speaks. Tried Min, credit Essie, most project, sans guide, errors countless smart always, Mrs. Nkrumah, too smart most quarters, look significant, wanted lesser, differ seem, Minho, gaze, steady, never want Essie, other than his extraordinary, grateful tolerates. Mrs. Nkrumah smiled, Essie warmth inherit, see, answer good, Professor Lee, very, post diner, Mrs. Nkrumah, garden show Minho, insisted, Essie dish, vegetable herb rose, slow walk, Eve, air cool slight, granddaughter, independent, always, Mrs. Nkrumah, child, even mind own, parents worried, conventional more wanted, told parents difficulties Minho careful, understand not, Mrs. Nkrumah left, Ghana opportunities better, think Essie same want, different she, belongs ways they never, stopped, turned Minho look way, see her, she looks she thinks unseen, old, not blind, Minho flushed, Mrs. Nkrumah, I apology no, interrupt, not angry, careful be her, strong presences, hurt can especially care people, care much Minho, never intentional hurt, intentions insufficient, sometimes, Mrs. Nkrumah, lives complicated, futures, serious granddaughter more temporary, prepare, fight, sacrifice, love, feeling not, choosing daily show, understand, Minho, appraised long, nodded, think do, good inside returned, pre-thinks interrogate, interrogated Minho noted, past, Mrs. Nkrumah smiling, come, night apartments return, walk easy, Nana garden talk, what, worthy ensure your Minho and, spend life rest trying be, Minho, quiet, easy stopped, street quiet, eve dark, house lights scatter, life rest, repeated, Minho realized, sound retracted not, love you, Issy said, not idea, not infatuated proximity to confuse, actually love, fast, no obstacles figure, feel unchanged, Essie eyes dark bright, love you too, said terrifies, do, kissed empty street, Minho, face Gradell, Essie calms, broke, she, soul back, what do, unknown Minho, together, figure days remain swift, interviews final, data organized, reports preliminary, time max together, Accra stroll, Essie favorites, dine, markets, monuments, visit, memories, craft sustain next, last Ghana night, building roof city lights, overlook sat, leave unwilling, Essie quiet, neither, Minho, Lee means complications avoided, return, face eventual no Essie Himpton, soul back, judge people, colleagues, students, say he slept, grades, opportunities, advantage took position, though untrue neither. No, Minho, thought Wade, but right did, waited, bounds maintained, feelings developed, yes, acted, dynamic, shifted, ashamed, nothing, others see not, opinions define not, us Minho, relationship, truth, no, ethical acted, real have, Essie moment, quiet, graduate June still, plan Ghana West Africa, work no means apart years potential, no Minho thought, positions Ghana West Africa apply if, research focus fits, academic posts, or international orgs, they're based at see stared, Leave Korea. Tenure track you. You, yes, Minho. Simple. Career important. Not more being love person. Honestly, Ghana time showed work, engaged want, communities connected. Council office. Minho. That stopped overwhelmed. Huge. Decision quick. Not. Serious think need. Serious thinking Minho. Not tomorrow say. Table on. Willing life restructure matter more career plan. Any? SEI is wet. Unfair you. Can't reason give everything. Not giving. Minho. Thumbs tears wipe. Choosing better. Minho. Want tenure soul national without you. Live. Want safe conventional path. Not wait next you. Want complicated messy uncertain path building life together include. Work not if. EC. Whisper. Try. Terrible. Sacrificed nothing. Least tried no Minho. Failure not afraid. Life rests wonder. Afraid if brave enough choose. You. Kissed esprit. Clung solid world uncertain. Love you Matha gains. Much scares. No Minho. 2 hours couch wrap talk. Possibilities, fears, logistics. EC. Depart. Plan made. EC Geneva decline. Ghana NGO. Sustainable Agro Coordinator. Accept offered. Minho Ghana positions pursue continue. Contract end pre something. Relocate. Not long distance till join. Not perfect. There's graduation warm, bright arrived. Minho faculty regalia seated. Watched SE stage cross diploma receive. Gown radiant. Plats gathered. Proud slightly overwhelmed. Name called SI Nkrumah. Master Arts Global Studies. Distinction Minho feet clapped harder. Appropriate probably. Colleagues curious glanced. Cared not. Ceremony post-reception. Students congratulated polite. Colleagues small talk. Crowd scan. SE not obvious. Found eventual friends. Well-wishers surround. Eyes met room across. Smiled. Warm knowing him. Reception official end. Dispersed most Minho campus. Quiet like homehead prepare when SE pathway emerge. Gown still. Hey she. Hey yourself, Minho. Congratulations. Earned. We earned. SI. Mentorship sands through not complicated even. Life best complication. Minho. Golden PM lights stood. Moment end begin. Simultaneous feel. News have Minho. Morn. Email. University Ghana 2 year. Visiting associate offer. Not tenure. Real. Yours want if. ESE transformed. Ghana coming. If have you. If all. Laughed joy pure. No yes. Yes, of course, yes. Distance. Closed. Kissed open campus. Anyone see. Minho returned. Hiding done. Pretending done. Broke SE. Wide smile hurt look. Parents' minds lose. She. Mother Asanta like wanted. Instead whom Korean professor tenure give up follow Ghana. Hit me Minho probably first. SE. But Nana vouch. Happy see. Around come. Eventual wait can. Minho. Tell people Neve EC. Colleagues. Head. Talk. Cause. No. Let talk. Minho. Wrong nothing. Waited. Efix maintained. Adults choices futures now. Sure this. Us. SE Minho. Serious. Only sure thing long time verrier. Leaned him. Head chest rested. Thought loved meant smaller. Make self. Convenient more. Challenging less. Taught real love sees all you. Brilliance, difficulty, complications. Choose us anyway. Not despite. Because. Taught more career. Be. Minho. Life. Whole waiting narrow path. Thought follow must. World expanded. Stood campus empty around. To found each culture context classroom hierarchies across. Chosen against expectation convenience. August Minho. Acroplane board. Apartment small university. Ghana campus near. MOOC. SE new life. Navigate help. Aiken pronunciation continued struggles. Tease. Family gatherings bring outsider guest honor simultaneous. Life build together. Day one time. Research mattered do. Papers publish. Change Korean-African partnerships implemented. How? Generation next train. Critical think. Knowledge. Whose count? Evenings home each other come. Conversations. Economic theory. Range which Afrobeats. Superior planning weekends. SE grandmother's simple silence. Contentment punctuated. Easy, not always. Cultural differences navigate. Family complications. Occasional professional skepticism. Relationship origins. But navigate together. Two learned best. Love. Easiest. Most convenient not. Worth fighting one. Fading PM light stood. Gown still. Essie up. Minho said. Ready this. Us. Next everything comes. So I. Minho. Every fiber meant. Finally kissed again. Tasted promises. Kept futures opening. Terrifying exhilaration. Choosing love over safety. Presence over distance. Possibility over certainty. Tasted like coming home.